Hello, 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 everybody. We are starting now. And if you just joined me, you would probably be well served, especially if you're watching this in a replay mode. Probably start watching in about a minute and a half or so. What I'm going to do now, right, actually, is pin this video to the top of the page. So let's see, how do I do that? This is always interesting. I always think of getting an assistant to help me with that because this can be a bit of a distraction, but that's okay. Let's see, I'm going to share it in my group. We're going to talk about building your business without burnout. And I'm curious what you're thinking. So if you're watching, do you have any questions? Do you have any thoughts around that? So I'm curious what brought you here other than being in the Simplicity Circle group. All right, I think this should work now. And hopefully I'll be able to see this and pin it to the top. There we go. All right, I think I'm almost done. Man, I should really get my assistant to do this. I'm getting worse and worse at this. All right, so let's talk about this. First of all, my sincere hope is that you are out of harm's way, that you're not in Florida or nowhere near that. And if you are prepared or you're packed and you're somewhere else. Really hoping and wishing and praying for everybody's safety. So I see somebody's watching. So if you want to say hello, I would love to know who you are, why you're here. But I'm going to be talking about building your business and growing your profitability without the burnout, because we focus so much constantly on profitability and like making money that there are times when we are willing to do anything. At least that's what I remember about my business a few years ago, where I was willing to do just about anything to reach my financial goal, right? And so what I want to talk about today, and specifically right now, because this is the week that I started, there's like a pre-launch for my new program, Simplicity Business Experience. And I want to talk about a little bit why, how I'm going to do this and why I created it. And just, really talk about the idea of profitability without the burnout, building your business without the stress, the anxiety. What's interesting is right now, the event that I created 4 years ago is running, just like it ran for the last 3.5 years. And I'm not there. And it feels a little weird, and it feels a little maybe even sad or bittersweet because I created it. It's like birthing something and then letting it go. And it's bittersweet because I remember how I felt getting ready for that event, how crazy busy I felt, like totally chaotic, stressed out, hectic, just always running on a deadline, not able to relax, even with a team. And then after the event, there would be the fulfillment and the delivery, whatever we promised people, whatever we sold. And right after that, there is on to the next launch. So do I miss it? Maybe just the idea of not being there is a little bit challenging. Hi, Madeline. I see you here. Your call is running late. I'm glad because you get to see me right here. I'm still here. And so I do miss being there. There are a lot of my friends and colleagues and joint venture partners and people that I miss seeing, but not really because I get to sit right here and be in my home, do what I love. And yes, do I want to do my own live event at some point? I do, but that's not the point. I've had several businesses over the years, and after 17 years of building several $1 million businesses online, I think I finally figured out how to grow a profitable business without the burnout. And my coach actually indicated to me that, Milana, you've always done it up until the last few years. You just never realized it. So that is actually true. I have built a $500,000 business using simplicity as my strategy, where things were simple to me, things were natural and in flow. Nobody was pushing me to do things that I didn't want to do or that I wasn't good at. So I want to talk about a couple of things, and then I want to make an invitation to you. And the invitation is to join my 5-day challenge this week. Well, it starts in about a week. But the reason I want to invite you to it is because for the next 2 weeks, that's all I'll be focused on. So you may not even see me in this particular group, in the Simplicity Circle group, because I'll be totally, completely focused on running this 5-day challenge. It's called Path to Profit Challenge. Let me tell you a little bit before I invite you. Actually, let me give you the link. PathToProfitChallenge.com is where you go to join. There's a lot of people already there. Let's see if I can show you. There you go, PathToProfitChallenge.com. There's a lot of people already there introducing themselves, connecting, and I'm going to start the challenge on September 18th, and it's going to be awesome. It's unlike any challenge or program that you've ever been. It's free, and I'm going to be doing some Q&As. I'm going to be giving you some really cool ways to look at your business, to evaluate your business, and as the result, you're going to end up with a very cool path to profit. That's the goal, right? So welcome. I see more people have joined. Say hello and where you are. And as I was saying earlier, I hope that you are out of harm's way, nowhere near the hurricane, or 3 of them actually, as I just discovered. So hopefully you're safe and somewhere away from all that turbulence, huge turbulence there. So I want to talk about the 2 concepts. The first one is trying to find the balance between simplicity and financial struggle. And here's what I mean. So when I first talked about simplicity to people last year, a lot of them assumed that I'm talking about having a simple, small, quiet lifestyle business. And maybe that is what simplicity means to you or to many others. And maybe that's actually the energy I was putting out there last year, because I wanted something more simple. I wanted a quieter, slower life, kind of like not as fast-paced as the previous business was pushing me to be in. But then what is happening for a lot of people is they say, well, I do have a simple business. And my next question to them is like, yes, but are you making money? Are you financially secure, stable, free? And so that balance between having simplicity in your life and in your business and being financially off, right? And Madeline, I love what you say. Simple does not equal small to me. It does mean small to a lot of people that I spoke to. So that's interesting. Simple could mean to somebody going to networking events, connecting with potential clients, and then scheduling lunch or coffee to get them to become a client, right? That is a very simple model. Could you be making a ton of money this way? Absolutely. If that is your strength, if that is your natural ability, right? So, and that's what kind of simplicity means to me. But I just want to make sure that you guys understand that just because you have a simplicity or you want to have a simplicity-driven business does not mean that you're going to be struggling financially or settling for a lot less money. So this is very important. And there's this balance, because somebody will say, well, I do have simplicity. There's nothing I would change. I have a very simple business. And I'm always wondering, like in the back of my mind, but does that mean that you are doing well financially? Are you okay? Is your life and business so simple that you may be making $10,000 a year? What does it look like, right? So I'm always curious about that. And feel free to share what you feel that balance between simplicity and financial well-being, right? And then there's something else. And actually, Madeline, you said this, and I hope you're still here with me, because you said, I love these words. I should turn them into a quote and put my name under it because I want to take credit for it. No, I'm just kidding. Complexity is the enemy of profit. So if simplicity can lead, or if too much simplicity can lead to a financial struggle where you feel like you need to keep things so simple that you are essentially not making any money, complexity is the enemy of profit. Because what happens is if things are complex in your business, what happens? You procrastinate, you may feel inadequate, not smart enough to take care of those things, to manage your business, to grow your business, right? So complexity is the enemy of profit. And I still, by the way, have the link to the challenge that I'm running in about a week on the screen. So if you haven't joined yet, please join it, because I will be focused entirely on that challenge in about a week. It starts on September 18th. It runs through the end of the week, culminates in a masterclass on how entrepreneurs get trapped in complexity. And I'm going to give you 5 pillars of a simplicity-based business so that you could build that really powerful and simple path to profit. So when I say complexity is the enemy of profit, if you've been stalling in your business, if you've been experiencing plateau financially, if you every time you do something in your business, you feel like you're pushing against something, like it's just not flowing. It's not easy. Every day is an uphill battle. Chances are it's because you have too much complexity. And Madeline says, making an impact while making money with grace and ease. Yes, it's too hard to make money with complication in your brain. Absolutely. Let me just show that because I love your quotes here. Madeline, thank you. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed is that the moment you have clarity about something, a strategy, a program, a decision, you move forward with ease and confidence and determination, and you move faster. That's why simplicity allows you to build your business faster. It's just, that's how it works, right? So I wanted to touch that a little bit because a lot of times people will feel like, well, yeah, business is complex. Look at this guy who is running a Chinese restaurant. He's running like a chicken with his head cut off because it's so, he's so busy and this not working and the staff is not working. And there's a problem with the, distribution or whatever. Of course, business is complex and there's a lot of problems in business. The question is, yes, there will be problems. There will be challenges. The question is, what kind of challenges and problems do you want to solve? Like, I love solving the puzzles of creating content and developing tools. Like, I love developing something that will make my program better, that will make my clients more successful. To me, that's very important. And I love solving those challenges. They are challenges for someone else that would be like, oh my God, I hate dealing with that. And I just love kind of like placing myself in that space where I can solve that problem and figure out how to, what questions should I ask or how should this tool look like, right? So if you're feeling confused, overwhelmed, frustrated by your business, if you feel like you're being pulled in many different directions, you're not sure what to focus on, which parts of your business to really grow and expand, I really hope that you join my 5-day challenge. Let me show the link again in case you haven't joined yet. It's pathtoprofitchallenge.com. So this is the first challenge I'm ever running in my life. So this is kind of exciting and a little scary because I don't know what's going to happen. What I do know is that for sure I'm going to be there answering your questions, supporting you, guiding you, and sharing with you my experience because I do have almost 2 decades of expertise in all kinds of areas of building a business, whether it's marketing, team building, product creation, membership sites, recurring revenue, live events, product launches. Like, I've done it all in almost 20 years. I feel a little bit like a dinosaur because I started my internet business in 2001. That's when I made my first sale. I actually remember the name of the customer. His name was Andrew Smith, and he paid me $29.95 for my ebook. That was the beginning of my business, and I held this check in my hands, and I said, I wrote some words, and this person paid for these words. And I just remember being so ecstatic that for 3 months I was working on this ebook, and somebody gave me money for it, and my husband was shocked. of course, because he didn't know anything about the internet and the whole e-marketing at that time. Nobody really did. Everybody was new to it. But so that's how far back I go. And I know some of you who may be watching have started your businesses back then as well, and maybe have seen that evolution. And now it is incredibly overwhelming. It is so overwhelming that when I left my business last year and decided to start a new one, and I went on Google to find some idea for what I would be doing, I almost fell off my chair. I didn't even know where to get started. And I felt so bad for all those people who were truly new to business. Like, how do you stand out right now? Everything, every single topic is already being taught, covered. There's an expert in every single area, in every niche. How do you stand out? What do you do? And so, yeah, that's kind of like where my mind went, is like, I really don't want to add more to the kind of things that people are already teaching and doing, because it's already overwhelming. I want to solve the problem of understanding, of actually being confused about which direction to grow into, which tools, strategies, business models to really add or optimize in your business. So I really invite you to join my challenge. It's designed specifically for people who sell expertise online. Yes, it can be, Madeline says, it can be so much information, it can be paralyzing. And so if you are in that place where you're not sure what's going to work for you, I'm going to give you a couple tools throughout the week that are going to have you land on your path to profit. So again, it's for entrepreneurs who sell expertise online, which means if you're a coach, author, speaker, or an expert in any area and you want to monetize your expertise, it is for you, and it's free. And for 5 days, you're going to have my attention and my ear, and I'm going to be there answering your questions. So that's where my focus will be for the next 2 weeks. Let me see if there's anything, because I usually watch, oh, there's a comment. I usually watch the group, but then I realized that people are also posting comments on the page. Hi, Andrea Anderson, I miss you. It's good to see you here. Complexity is the enemy of profit. So true, which is why you do what you do. You really optimize people's environment and business owners' environment. So that's awesome. I'm going to like your comment here. So something else, let me talk about something else real quick. By the way, guys, if you're here, I know Madeline has been very active, and I love what she's saying, and because she and I worked together actually putting this together. I had her amazing feedback and her brain. But if you want to say hi, and I'm curious about your thoughts and anything that you've experienced as far as this overwhelming world, and how do you know what your path to profit may be. And what I will tell you is that building a profitable business without a burnout, the secret to that lies in really understanding where your genius is. This is what I'm focusing my entire business on right now, is figuring out what your genius is. But not stopping there, because a lot of assessments and a lot of tools out there, they'll give you an assessment and they'll just stop right there and they'll tell you, okay, this is what your genius is. But I went a step further and I figured out how to take your genius and interpret that, translate that into a profitable business building skill. So we're going to talk about that. All right. So now this challenge, we won't be designing your product funnel. Like somebody asked me, am I going to walk away with the product funnel? That a lot of people teach that, and I used to teach that. Actually, I have my Coaching Millions book somewhere where I can't reach right now. But in the Coaching Millions book, I actually taught the idea of product funnel and the product pyramid and diamond. A lot of people teach marketing funnel or sales funnel or even your signature program or your sales strategy. You can do that. You can find that online. What I'm going to do with you instead, for 5 days, I will be guiding you through a series of short 15-minute exercises that will allow you to sort of step back and gain perspective and think about what you want your business to look like, what role your business plays in your life, because we never think about that, right? We always start a business for a different reason, and then we kind of get lost in it. But what role does your business play in your life? And then we're going to dig deeper into what role you are playing in your business. So we're going to kind of zoom out and then zoom back into your business. And what we'll do is we'll identify the areas of your business that have the highest potential, so that you know exactly what to focus on when designing your path to profit. That's kind of the focus of this challenge. So my favorite thing is when I walked away from the business last year was that I had nothing to do. I sat in my armchair and I like literally stared in the ceiling. That was like such a new, weird experience for me, because my mind is so used to being constantly go, 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 deadline, like everything. And then suddenly everything stopped. Yeah, like that, quiet. And my brain went quiet. And I had nothing to do, nothing to grow, nothing to build. And in that space, what started happening were the new ideas and fresh insights started to come to me. And I started seeing a lot of things that I never even thought of before, just never paid attention. And first of all, I stepped away as a business owner and I started seeing things in our industry as a potential customer. And I said, whoa, that is crazy. I just got 11 emails about the same program between 9 and 5 p.m. What? And I used to do that too. And so I don't know, like suddenly I started seeing things a little bit more clearly on the customer side. And so in this challenge, my hope and my expectation is that you are going to uncover your fresh insights and ideas that you've never had before about yourself or your business. When I ran my Simplicity program earlier this year, that is the biggest feedback from people, is like, I never knew this about myself before. I never thought about my business this way. I wish I had discovered you 10 years ago, because I would have built a different business, or my business would have looked differently. So, if you're spinning your wheels and not growing, my expectation for you in this challenge is going to be that you will uncover your biggest growth opportunity, so you can let everything else go, right? So like basically just gain clarity on what you should focus. And I also hope that you will find some areas that we will start seeing that there's some areas where you've been pushing yourself too hard, and no, you're not stretching beyond your comfort zone. You're simply pushing yourself in the wrong areas of your business, in the wrong direction, right? Does that make sense? Who is here? Raise your hand. Give me some hearts. Say hello. And tell me that you're safe and you're not in Florida. Okay. Hey, Andrea. Yes. So I can't really see who is giving me hearts, but thank you. It's kind of hard to watch everything. It's hard to watch both the group, the page, the live. So let's see if I can. Oh, okay. Hey, Lisa, I see you. Thank you so much for your for your thumbs up. All right, so Marina, hello, Marina. It feels weird. I'm going to say your name in Russian. Marinочка, здравствуйте. So there we go. A little bit of Russian lesson for today. I just said hello, Marina. And yeah, so my hope is that this challenge will be absolutely breakthrough generating for you, that you will experience the breakthrough that you've been looking for. And of course, at the end of the challenge, I'll share about, how we can work together to really like dig deeper and build your path to profit in a simplicity-driven way. So I'm going to, you're going to discover how to work with me to help you grow a highly profitable business that will not lead you to a burnout. So that's my goal. And that's what I'll be focusing over the next 2 weeks. Hi, Karen. See you there. So any questions? Привет, Marina. Wonderful. So path-to-profit-challenge.com. I hope you join me. I'll be answering questions. I will be sharing some of the insights that I've been experiencing myself. Yeah, I mean, like 5 days of like pure focus. You're going to have me for 5 days. And then at the end of the week, we're going to get together in a master class. And I'm going to reveal the 3 biggest traps that most entrepreneurs fall into that cause them frustration, overwhelm, stress, lead to burnout, right? And actually stalls their business growth. And like, I am a perfect example for that, because last year, I hit $1.4 million in revenue in my business, and then I walked away from it. For various reasons, I burned out. Maybe I didn't even call it that way. I remember sitting in a mastermind and somebody asked me, are you overwhelmed? And I said, no. I didn't know that I was overwhelmed until I left the company. I didn't know while I was in the middle of it. And so in this challenge, we're going to figure out together, are you about to hit the wall? And if you're not, are you making the money that you want to be making? Because again, that balance between simplicity and making money. Yes, you can keep things very simple and slow paced and peaceful and be broke. So can we find the balance between simplicity and financial brilliance and financial outcome that you are happy with? Simplicity and making a ton of money that you can save, invest, put your kids through college, pay for your long-term care insurance, which is so expensive, as I found out recently. All kinds of things that you could be doing. And Andrea, I just noticed that you're in North Carolina. Are you guys, you're not being evacuated yet, are you? It's funny, people who are on the West Coast, they couldn't care less. Nobody cares in California or in Las Vegas. They have their own issues. And I have been watching like the meteorologist going, chirp, 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 showing us all the 3 storms and hurricanes and how they're headed for some of the East Coast states. So hopefully I will see you in Path to Profit Challenge. Not yet, Andrea. Watching closely. I'm on the beach. Holy cow. You're on the beach? That is crazy. Carolina Beach. Wow. Yeah, well, be safe, Andrea. And hopefully everybody's who's got families in Florida or in those southern states, I hope you guys are safe and your family is safe as well. So that's kind of all I wanted to share, is that there is a way to find a great balance between simplicity and making good money. And I want you to find that out for yourself. I want to help you create, design, or redesign your business, because I talk to a lot of people who are making good money, but they are out of breath. I mean, like they literally were out of breath when I was talking with them on the phone. And then there are people who say, yeah, I kind of have a nice, simple, slow life, but they got nothing in the bank. I don't want you to be in that place either, unless that's what you want for yourself. And so there's absolutely a way to find balance between simplicity and making a lot of money in your business. And as I mentioned earlier, if you just joined me recently, complexity is the enemy of profit, because when something is complex, you're simply not moving forward. The best example I can give you is Facebook ads or Facebook funnels like that. Madeline, you make me laugh. There's nothing simple about being broke. That comes with its own set of problems. That is true. Balance is key. So how much money do we need to be happy? I believe $75,000 is that amount that they say that you can live on and thrive on, and you don't need any more. I don't know if I quite agree with that, because it doesn't give you enough of a cushion. It doesn't give you enough money to pay for your kids. Marina, I was thinking about you when I said Facebook funnels. Marina says, Facebook, let me show that comment. That is brilliant. Facebook funnels took my soul. And yes, Madeline, it depends on where you live and how many kids you have. Yes, when you have a lot of kids and you have 3 kids, as we see on the screen, that's a lot of money for college that you need, right? And for weddings, and for martial arts or swimming or hockey or whatever your boys are doing, for summer camps, right? Your boys just came back from summer camps. So absolutely. I don't think that $75,000 would do it for me. I could probably live on that. Hey, I lived on a lot less. Very few people know that. I don't share it publicly a lot. But when I first came to America, I did spend 4 years, for the first 4 years, on welfare. I didn't even know the word welfare existed. I didn't know what food stamps looked like, or that that was something to be ashamed of. But that was my first 4 years of my life while I was learning English, volunteering at a nursing home as an entertainment specialist because I played piano, and I went to college. And then after 4 years, I was on my own. But that was an interesting experience for me. So I could absolutely live on $75,000. But now I know that there is life that looks differently, and it's very hard to go downward once you experience a life that has more freedom, more security, more opportunities. I mean, when my grandmother was alive 5 years ago, I paid for her home aid. Nobody in my family could afford it. And I said, you know what? I have the money. I can absolutely afford it. I will pay for the woman to come to my grandmother every day because I lived an hour away. Everybody worked. And then in the evening they would come. But during the day, there was nobody there, nobody to cook, to watch. And so I was fortunate to be able to afford that. Madeline says, I lived at the Y and then started building my multi-million-dollar business. And I know that broke, wealthy, and I know broke and wealthy and everything in between. Yeah. Who said that? I've been rich and I've been poor. Rich is much better, right? It was definitely a gift to be able to help my grandmother. I don't think like my family wouldn't be able to afford that. So things like that you couldn't do on $75,000 a year. I think you would do the minimum of the things that you would do. And and I know a lot of people will argue with me. This is totally opinion based. Like for me, I feel like that would not do. And but I also don't want to lead a business and a life of burnout. So finding that balance is absolutely possible. And what I found out is that when you do what you love, as cheesy as it may sound, when you really focus on I'll be talking about that in the challenge, in the 5-day challenge. Actually going to put this on the screen again. In the 5-day challenge, we're going to focus on discovering your super skills. What the heck are super skills? Well, they are your natural abilities. They are your talents. They are your interests, skills that you were, that you got comfortable with, and abilities you were born with. When you use, everything flows with ease and the results come easier. And every time you use your super skills, you get results better and better and better. I always like to give this example of where I did my very first teleseminar and I had a $25 sale at the end of it. And then I did the second one and I generated 7 sales at $500. I was doing web design and people were hiring me as a web designer. So that was my second teleclass. And I thought, I really like this teleclass thing. I want to explore it more. And, long story short, 10 years later, I held a webinar. By then, there were webinars with slides and face on camera. And I did a webinar and I generated $600,000 in 2 weeks following the webinar as a result of leading that webinar. So I believe that creating, designing, and leading webinars is one of my super skills. I really enjoy it. I think I'm good at it. And I make money with that. So why would I invest my time and effort and focus in some other area where I struggle, where things are hard, when I could be doing this, right? Let's see, are there any comments? So Karen, just arriving. I missed you. So many coaches are out of breath. Oh, what a nice way to put that. Is that feeling worth it? Look at Ariana Huffington. She wrote Thrive, and now she's promoting the sleep revolution. Oh, I love that. I didn't even know that that's what it's called, that that's what she's doing. It's a reality. I'm glad you're sharing so people getting started or burning out have permission to create a more balanced life and business. And I appreciate you practicing the simple route. It's interesting. So she went from Thrive, she wrote of Thrive, which is the balanced life. And I think it's like, let me know what you guys think, but I always judge myself, and I used to judge others for the same reason that, I'm trying to say that in a way that doesn't sound offensive, because I'm like, I am talking about myself, but also others may find this a little strange. But I used to judge people who were not willing to play big. It's like, what do you mean you're not willing to do this? What are you willing to do with your, to get to your life? And like when you go to live events that have that rah energy, like, you can do this, your goal setting, anybody who has goals in their, inner pockets, pull them out. You're going to get a $20 bill as a bonus, right? Yeah. So playing big and being a big player, I think there are definitely things that people in our industry specifically value. The moment that you decide that you don't want to be a big player, you're being judged. And again, I'm like processing it as I'm saying it, because I used to see it for sure. And then I saw somebody's post said, I just want to lead a mediocre life. There's nothing wrong with a mediocre life. There's nothing wrong about not wanting to play big or start a movement or create a revolution. And I looked at that and I thought, I kind of like that the sound of it, the feel of it, that you don't have to push yourself. And you may find yourself in a place where you totally want to play big. I certainly did. Up until a few years ago, I was pushing hard and playing big and staying up to get things done. And just recently, after having experienced a burnout that led to some panic attacks, which were very scary and embarrassing and confusing, I slowed down. So my body told me, you know what? You want to play big? Find a way to play big differently. And that's what I'm doing right now. Madeline says, good for them for knowing who they are and what works for them. Yes. And it takes all kinds. Not everybody is meant to play big or lead. The world needs leaders, followers, and everything in between. That's very true. You're so smart. And Andrea says, this is such important work, Milana. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andrea. I think the biggest thing that I got, and Marina actually was saying that, and I love that in your testimonial the other day. I was getting some testimonials ready for my website from the group that I ran earlier this year. And she said, you gave me permission to be okay with where I am and to do more of what I am already enjoying and what my natural inclination is to do, right? I think we need permission, especially women. I think we do need permission to do what we want to do, because we normally, a lot of women are people pleasers. I certainly am. And I have to remind that to myself. Like, am I doing this because I'm trying to please my team, my business partner, my customers, my market, my husband, my children? Or am I doing it because I want to do it, because I feel drawn to it, I feel passionate about it, right? So I could be going on and on about this. Boy, I hope that in my 5-day challenge, my Facebook Lives are a lot shorter than that. But I'm just having so much fun interacting with you guys. And I really appreciate that you're watching. It's always great to have an audience. It's funny, if I'm watching the camera and I know that I'm by myself, my face is tenses up and I strive for perfection. And I want to make sure that I get it just right, like really being tough on myself. And the moment that I see people are watching, all of that drops away, which tells me that I do need an audience and a conversation and that connection. And I'm going to leave you. So let me show you that link one more time. Please sign up for this challenge. I really want to work with you. And I want to help you identify your ideal path to profit. So it's pathtoprofitchallenge.com. I see a lot of people have already joined, started conversations. We have about 10 days until a little under 10 days before the challenge starts, but you can go ahead and start introducing yourself, start connecting, start networking. Madeline says she's already in. You better be. You helped me create this. Marina is in. Thank you so much, Marina. This is going to be fun. And I will just say that that's going to be my focus for the next 2 weeks. So if you see me kind of disappear a little bit from the Simplicity Circle group, that is why. I'm going to be slowing down because I can only handle and manage one Facebook group at a time with my focus and passion and my attention. And I want to give everybody, this is where I'm going to be spending my time. Hi, Andrea, you're in as well. That's wonderful to hear. So again, this is for you if you're feeling confused, overwhelmed, frustrated, not sure which way to turn in your business, which area to amplify, which strategy or tool or blueprint to follow, right? Because everybody has their own blueprint and everybody has their own system that they want to tell you what to do. And this is going to be a challenge where I'm not going to be telling you what to do. It's going to be really unique. We're going to have a lot of fun. So yeah, pathtoprofitchallenge.com. It's free for 5 days. You're going to have my ear, my eyes, my attention, and my heart. I hope to see you there, guys. Thank you so much. It was good to talk to everybody. Bye-bye.